Hello, my friends, and welcome to a new review. And it's one that I've actually been playing with for quite some time since earlier this week, or rather last Tuesday. This is Project Cross Zone 2, which is the sequel to the very first game, and as you can see, the lineup is a lot bigger and a lot better than in the first game. Now, what I can tell you about the second game, that it is a lot more modified than the first game. And just like a Super Robot Tyson game, it simply does get better. And as you can tell, that lineup has just gotten tankier. And as you can see by the lineup, we have joining the original cast, we have Naruhodo Ryuichi, aka Phoenix Wright, Captain Commando. I do believe we have the cast from Tales of Vesperia, Dot Hack, Shinobi, Yakuza, Shenmue, Renaissance of Fate, or yeah, Resonance of Fate. My bad. Resonance of Fate, Virtual Fighter, Fire Emblem Awakening, Xenoblade Chronicles, and the likes you've already heard of, like God Eater and Darkstalkers and Mega Man X and Street Fighter and the like. Those you've already seen before. But the new addition to the game, and one in which has been is one I'm going to say I am definitely going to enjoy getting when I get to it, is on the top right hand side. You can't see this because, I have it to the point in which you cannot see my cursor. Seigata Sanshiro, or otherwise known better as Hiroshi Fujioka. And for those who don't know who Hiroshi Fujioka is, he is technically Kamen Rider Ichigo, or aka his alter ego Takashi Hongo. Yes, this is the one game that I can pretty much say I am stoked about seeing, because most people have never heard of Sekata Sanshiro, but most people have heard of Kamen Rider. So to me, it is going to be something very exciting for me to go through. And where I am right now is I passed episode 7, which is called Going Commando. And the titles are as strange as they are, but they kind of hint out who you're going to get throughout the throughout the um throughout the run of the game. Another thing I had to point out about this game is that since it is so different, even they brought back older games. They brought back older games like say The Legend of Valkyrie. But not only did The Legend of Valkyrie, the character Valkyrie was brought back, but the kind of attacks that basically just brought a smile to my face, because she can actually summon Namco characters. Older Namco characters. Like in one of her attacks, she can call Pino and Acha, Wagyan, um, a few of a few more Namco characters that I don't know, but like I said, mainly they're like museum characters per se. So she's calling forth museum characters. As you could tell, the lineup is very interesting because there are certain units that act as a solo. I mean, you have a paired solo, and then you have a single solo. So, as you can see here, yeah, I see Axel Stone from Streets of Rage. So that's definitely going to be something interesting. And I haven't even played through the entirety of the game yet. And another thing I had to point out is that since they basically added new characters, the style of gameplay is more simplified. As I said, it's modified, but it's more simplified because the battles aren't as long as they were previously. And I mean, if they weren't, they weren't long and they weren't draining, like say, it would take about an hour, or it would take like 90 minutes to finish off a boss. No. In this case, what they did here was they technically made it to the point in which you have this many units, this many enemies, but the way it works out is like, okay, it's much more simple. The enemies aren't that overpowered. They've been a little more balanced. And that's a good thing because I always found in the first game, they were always sort of overpowered. Especially the way you had to break their guard. And it's like, they had three blocks of guard. And it took one attack to basically break down a guard. And you would probably bring in a solo unit to break in another guard, and a support unit to do another attack just to break the full guard. Here, you don't have to worry about that because all you would have to do is bring in a solo unit while the main attack is going, and you've got that thing broken. Because there are some units that are stronger than others. But I'd say, as far as I'm going through with this game, and since I pre-ordered it ahead of time, that also makes things sweeter. Because when you pre-order it, you actually get an add-on mission to it. And not only that, but you also get little goodies when you've practically beaten the prologue missions. Now there are 5 prologue missions, and each of them kind of bring in a little bit of your squad. There are basically no original characters. I mean, even if they are original characters, they all go back to, they remember each other. That's the cool thing about it. They do remember each other. Like, we have Strider and Hotsuma from PS2, from the PS2 version of Shinobi, and Hibana from, I believe, the sequel Kunoichi, aka Nightshade. So what I find most interesting about this is that the characters themselves actually know each other. It's like, okay, they know what's up, they know what's happening. But the bigger thing is the storyline is so much more deeper. It's like, oh hey, you remember Oma? Yeah, something's happening with them, and apparently Shadaloo is involved. And if you know Shadaloo, you know Vega is involved, or otherwise known as Bison. He's involved. And this time he's more involved than he was in the first game, in which only Seth was involved. That being the case, though, I have to say, I've been enjoying this game, and I'm currently on Stage 8. I haven't started up Stage 8, though, yet. Another thing, yeah, I forgot to add about this. Another thing I forgot to add about this is that they have a new shop system. And let me just say, the shop system is pretty damn good. Because you worry about if you hadn't got all the items in the mission, that's okay. During intermission, you can actually customize. You can customize your attacks, which is you can power them up, which is a new feature. You can actually power up attacks by getting points. And the more points you accumulate, the more you're going to spend making them more powerful and at the same time strong as all hell. Now, as I said before, there's a lot going on in this game. And I forgot to mention that if you pre-ordered it, what would happen is, if you have pre-ordered the game, you would easily get special items. So what I did was, I got the code from GameStop when they gave it to me because I pre-ordered it. And since I picked it up, they gave me not only my receipt, but they gave me the codes that I can use to download the theme, as well as the little bonuses. And the only bonuses are like say for your stats. That's the only bonuses you actually get. They are basically for your stats, and when you use them, they give you like a considerable good boost in whether you have attack, defense, dexterity, to whatever your stats are. They just give them a good boost. But as always, the game simply gets better because it has more characters. And the one thing I actually do like is crossovers. Crossovers are technically what I like. I like crossover games because technically, I've said that how many times in this one video already? They both know each other. That's what I like about it. They both know, the characters know each other. They acknowledge each other. They know who they are. They know of their exploits and whatnot. That makes an interesting storyline. So it just made me think, okay, I'm just wondering, okay, Capcom characters are involved. Bandai Namco. Let me calm down. Capcom's involved. Bandai Namco's involved. Sega's involved. Nintendo is involved. That only means one thing. Oh hey, big world, guess what? Amalgamation, guess what? Fat fusion of characters, a big storyline. It's all there, not to mention the fact that all the characters are powerful as shit. So when I actually go back to playing this, which might be in a few minutes from now, probably the next day, I don't know. I will definitely be playing this game because during my spare time, I like strategy games. It might get me in the mood to go back to doing parts of Front Mission because I haven't done parts of Front Mission in a long while. So yeah, that's definitely saying a lot. Because, man, you look at the lineup, you have Dante, Virgil, Leon, Zero X, Dimitri, Morgan, Ryu, Ken, Felicia, Cosmos, Alicia, Sekata Sanshiro, Hibana, Lien, Vashir, Sephir, Ryo Hazuki, Gemini Sunrise, Sakura Shinjiri, Ichiro Ogami, the guys from Yakuza Dead Souls, the father and daughter team of Chrome and Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening, Fiona from Xenoblade Chronicles, Kagemaru and Akira Yuki and Pai-chan from Virtual Fighter, Ulala from Space Channel 5, Kite from Dot Hack. I simply forgot what his partner's name is. He's from the world. They're both from Dot Hack. The cast from Tales of Vesperia, Axel from Streets of Rage. I mean, you got the three generations of Mishima, Jin, Kazuya, and Hihachi from Tekken, and of course, Phoenix Wright and Maya Fey, Captain Commando, Strider Hiryu. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Achi from Summon Night 3. I know it's a surprise. They actually pulled something from Summon Night. That's the biggest thing, but it's not from the first two games. It's from the Japan only game. I know it's a shocker, but still, there's a lot to see, and there's a lot I'm definitely going to go through when I actually go back to playing it because, like I said, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. And if you have not picked up this game, I could say this. Pick up this game if you like crossovers, or if you like tactical action RPG, because that's what it is. It's tactical action RPG. It's not just a tactical RPG. And I mean, if you have certain characters that you like and you want to see them do a little bit more, this game might be for you because you will not be disappointed with the action, because the story is crazy good. But if you're not in for the story, that's okay. You can be in for the tactical action part of the game, which plays a lot like Super Robot Tyson OG Saga, Endless Frontier. So I could say it's a recommendation for those who actually want a little more in their DS lives. You know, you want to give your DS a little jump. You want to get away from the Pokemon. You want to get away from your Animal Crossing. You want to get away from your Puzzles and Dragons and whatnot. This is a good pickup. I can tell you right now, this is a very good pickup. If you have not played the first game, go play the first game. And if you want more, go get the second game. But I pray you, try it. You may like it, you may not like it, but I recommend you go get it, try it for yourselves. That's all I can say. Anyway, this will do it for another edition of Izzy Reviews, and this was a very detailed review of Project Cross Zone 2. Until then, my friends, I'll see you next time for more whatever I feel like posting. So until then, take care, God bless, Senpai's blessings upon you. And I'll see you next time. Tenkaichi has spoken, and I am out.